there, welcome to my channel. My name is Missy and I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. I'm in the kitchen today and I'm super excited about this recipe. This is one of my family's favorite things that I make, and it is the Phyllo Pastry butter tart. I'm not using the traditional pastry for these butter tarts. I am using the Phyllo Pastry. I love the crunch of it with that sweetness of the butter tart. They're so good. And years ago I was gifted a lot of Phyllo Pastry from someone, and I had to figure out what I was going to do with it. I couldn't keep it in my freezer forever. So I started to experiment, and since my kids loved butter tarts so much, I thought, why not use the Phyllo Pastry to make the crust for the butter tart, and they turned out amazing. And now it's just our favorite way to have butter tarts. So let's get to, and I will show you what you're going to need to make these Phyllo Pastry butter tarts. So I have all of my ingredients in front of me here for my butter tarts, and I have Phyllo Pastry sheets, brown sugar, eggs, butter, vanilla, maple syrup, and cream. And I'm also using a mixing bowl, a spatula, and a spoon, and I'm going to use my hand mixer today. You can just use a whisk, that's fine. And I also have a muffin tin that's been sprayed with Pam, and my oven is on 350. So let me set all of this stuff aside and I'll show you what the first step is. The first thing that I did was I melted one of my containers of butter. I don't have a measurement. I think it's around 1/3 of a cup, and we're going to need that to brush the Phyllo Pastry with. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pastry and I'm going to roll it out. And this tears very easily, but it's very easy to put back together. I don't really worry about that too much. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to count out 6 sheets of this. 4, 5, 6. I'm going to set that aside for a minute. And then what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to roll it back up so that it stays somewhat moist. You don't want it to dry out. So I'm going to take this piece of parchment paper here and I'm just going to cover it up. Roll it up and push that aside. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our Phyllo Pastry sheets and put the rest to the side. And I'm just going to gently, try not to rip it, and just set it off to the side. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is just put some melted butter on the first sheet. And this is what gives it that lovely buttery, crispy taste. If you end up ripping some of your Phyllo dough, don't worry about it. Just try to piece it back together. It's very forgiving that way. And because we're going to be putting these in a muffin tin, there's no worries there. Okay, and then I'm going to get another sheet and place that over top. Just line it up as best as you can. And then we're going to brush this one as well. So some butter in between each layer, and you're going to layer 6 of these in total. This is great too when you're in a hurry and you don't have time to make pastry. It does come frozen, so you'll have to put it in the fridge overnight to let it thaw. So I'm going to keep doing this. I have one more layer after this one, and then I'll come back with the next step. Okay, so now that I have all 6 layers buttered in between, we're going to cut this pastry. And I'm going to try to get right in the middle. Be very gentle not to tear it. And then I'm going to go in the middle of each of those pieces. You want to make sure it's cutting all the way through. And then I'm just going to turn it, and I'm going to try to cut 3 even ones out of this. So I'm just going to set this aside for now, and I'm going to bring over my muffin tin that is very heavily sprayed because phyllo pastry will stick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to separate the layers I have buttered, and I'm just going to push that in there. And I'm doing this just because I want to make sure that they're all covered. The muffin tin's covered. None of the filling is going to leak out. And with your edges, you can turn them down, you can leave them the way they are. Just play around with it. Whatever you like to do, you can do. But I just kind of play with mine a bit. And that's it. So I'm just going to keep doing those. And I love working with phyllo pastry. I really do. I used to be so scared of it, but it's just so nice and easy to work with. Delicate, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. So here's our muffin pan, and it's all filled with our phyllo pastry shells. So I'm going to set this aside for now, and we'll get on to the filling for our butter tarts. So the first thing that we're going to do for our filling is to put our softened butter in a mixing bowl. And then I'm going to take 2 eggs. And then I'm just going to cream that together until it's smooth. Okay, so now I'm going to add my brown sugar, my vanilla, my maple syrup, and I'm going to add a touch of cream. And then we're just going to mix that together. And that's it. And you're going to have little tiny pieces of butter through your mixture, and that's okay. It's perfectly okay. And here I'm just going to take my spatula and just go around, make sure I got everything. And then I'm going to bring my pastry over, and I'm just going to scoop the batter in there. And you want to fill them about between 1/2 and 3/4. I love this new spoon from Dollarama. It's lovely. You can add nuts, raisins, currants, whatever you like. We like our butter tarts just plain. And like I said, my oven is on 350. And I'm going to bake these for around 15 minutes, and then I'll have a look at them and see how much longer they need. And you should get a full 12 out of the batter, or the mixture. Okay, and that's it. I'm going to pop these in the oven now, and we'll be back when they're all finished. So here are the Phyllo butter tarts, and I made 24 of them. There's some here plated and some back on the cooling rack still cooling. And this kitchen smells divine. and they look delicious. And I hope you like this recipe, and if you did, I really hope that you try it. It is amazing. It's just a different spin on the butter tart, and like I said, my family's favorite. So if you like this video, please subscribe and hit that like button and hit the notification bell so you know when I'm uploading again. And I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Until next time, bye for now.